Yo, Chrono, welcome to the chat, dude. This cutscene does go hard, doesn't it? Hopefully you can understand just why I love the Black Templars so much. You can give me some feedback, though, if you're in chat. Get my cam down here. I'm just hanging out working on Warhammer models. I'm surprised Warframe doesn't have... Well, they do have statuettes of Warframes. They could totally do a ripoff of Warhammer. Alright. What I'm doing right now... kind of easier to... I need to get the camera a little closer. Just working on putting a holster and a pistol on the guy, and then I'm gonna... I'm working on a Primaris Crusader squad. I'm trying to clear all of my built-up model backlog. I'm in the home stretch, actually. I've just got a Primaris Crusader squad, a Hellblaster squad, and one more Impulsor to build. I guess, technically. Yo, hello, T. Marisi. How's it going? Okay, let me see if I've got the part here. Yeah, the reason I'm having to do this is because I accidentally put a holster on him originally that didn't have a pistol in it, and it was irritating me. Okay, that's what's coming off. And then, oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna put on this extra pad, and then we have our pistol. There. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I need to get a better camera, probably, but at least this is, like, focusing to... Hope the light isn't too bad for you guys. I like to work with a really bright light, and you probably saw off camera I have a magnifying glass here. So I can actually see this shit. First things first, because I had to remove his other plate with the empty holster, it accidentally ripped off his armor plate. Kind of see it. The back of his armor plate, the holster was on. And so I had to put a different armor plate on, and I'm just going to stick this onto a different guy, probably the guy that the armor plate I'm stealing here. I'm filing off the back of the, this little nub where it attaches, but because I broke it off, there's no room for this nub to fit onto the actual model. And having a little bit of it left over isn't bad, because I'm using plastic glue, so it's going to melt it anyways. Just become part of the adhesive. Oh. Put it on the floor. Looks good. A little bit hard to grab. I might actually have to remove more material. Or maybe I can cut this one off. There we go. Sorry, Pump. Happens when you make mistakes. You have to go back in time and beat things up. It'll come out the paint job though. It'll be fine. How many models do I have built at the moment? I could probably show a camera show. I have all of them. You want me to include 40K and Age of Sigmar in that? Or just 40K? Because I have one Spearhead of Age of Sigmar and one Age of Sigmar Warband, and that's all I have of Age of Sigmar. But I'm trying to get this Black Templar army up to snuff, because there's an Escalation League starting at my local shop, which is basically every week you play an increasing amount of points. Gonna have to do even more surgery on this. Just Black Templars? Okay. Because that's actually the only 40k stuff I have right now. I'm not collecting multiple armies. Let's see if I can show it. I don't want to show it because everybody will yell at me, but... let's just say I've been treating myself a little bit since I got the new job. Plus, I have nothing better to do besides play video games, so I figured this would be a good way to not play video games all the time. And now all I do is this all the time, so... and I still try to play video games, so... not change anything. Alright, start over here. That's the Dreadnought. You have a Marshal, and a squad of Sword Brothers. Emperor's Champion. Or that pile of extra pieces. That might be a Black Templar's upgrade sprue. We have these guys built. This is the new Primaris Crusader squad I'm building. This is the Intercessors that I had. This was the first one I made. Is the build your first... Chrono, you have one of these. The build your first model guy. This is my build your first model guy. Here's an Impulsor. Black Templars get the multi-melt-a-gun, which is badass. Second Marshal. Then a bunch of Initiates, and then these Scouts. They're like not actually full. They don't get the full armor because they haven't proved themselves yet, which is kind of counterintuitive because it makes them very easy to kill, but that's what it is so far. I don't think I'm missing anything. Might be something weird hiding somewhere, but this is it. It's like Combat Patrol and the Black Templars army box, essentially. A couple of extra things. Go. It's easy. Just picked up. Oh, your setup is so janky that it. How it goes the figuring. You're totally free this evening if I have a moment after the stream. Yeah, I might, dude. I'll probably be off. Well, I don't know when I'll be done, but yeah, I've been this week and last week has been really busy with the whole clan expanding thing, and all that stuff. I don't know if you've even heard about that, Gomi, if you've checked in the chat. But the clan is really big now. It's getting even bigger, so... Alright, I'm going to take off more of them. Try to cut it off, but I'll cut myself guaranteed. It's just too small of a nub. Already did that once last week. It's my one rough file. I'm glad if things going smoothly. I mean, as smoothly as they can go. We got some good stuff going on here. So I guess, Chrono, I didn't give you a count, but that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 20, 24, 29. That's 29, 30 models in total with the Impulsor. I have 30 built and less than 30 to go. Finish this off. I was gonna focus on just trying to get my combat patrol painted, but I've just been itching to build. I don't know, like, got kind of like the build bug or something. I've just been into the idea of just building a lot, and I have all these extra parts from all the different unused alternatives. I'm going to be putting a bunch of different, you can see them down here, all these chain swords. Putting a lot of chain swords on. But I did make a mistake in one of my builds. It's not that big of a deal unless you're in a tournament. A tournament, it would matter, but for playing with somebody, you just be like, this guy actually has this weapon. Because I accidentally built an extra fire blaster guy. No. Basically Infernus Marine, but the Black Templar's Initiate. How about you, Chrono? Are you building anything, or is anybody else out there? I know that you're probably the only one in chat right now that does any Warhammer stuff. Although Kitara does play some of the video games. Why, but lately I've been this game. Alright, okay. It's probably finally flat enough. Have 5 Dreadnoughts in a turn. I mean, you can. I thought about doing 4 Dreadnoughts and 3 Tech Marines. and just having 4 Jerk Machines and 3 guys to repair them. You could do stuff like that. Apparently some playgroups will get mad at you if you do stuff like that, but, I don't know. I don't really. I'm like... My goal is to, I'm trying to have the kind of army where I can kind of deal with anything as long as I play well. That means basically sometimes I will just get screwed by stat checks maybe, but I'll have some options to at least try to address. I don't know. I'm going to have a strategy, and that strategy is going to give me things I want to do, and then things that I'm probably weak to. Hopefully I can perform the strategy, and then also have some options to deal with the strategy. Gives us. It'll also give us strength too. Right now the plan is to be very melee aggressive, as the Templars should do. Just get right up in their face and chainsaw them to death. This plate to sit right as main. Can't wait till I get it done, and then I can move on to building one of the next initiates and the scouts. Misbehave. That looks... Sit high. I'm going to use the other side as a reference. Okay. Now that it's finally in place, let it dry, and then I can put the holster over it and call it a day on this guy. This guy's actually a kit bash. Oh, which combat patrol are you gonna get, Chrono? I'm not joking when I say I'm gonna... When I suggested that you pick up a Death Watch combat patrol and just make them into salamanders, I wasn't kidding. I am actually going to pick up a Death Watch combat patrol more than likely and turn them into Black Templars because I can kit bash a couple with some extra parts I have to make Sword Brothers. I can use 5 of them as intercessors to get a full intercessor squad, and then I can have just extra body parts, and then the lieutenant and the apothecary that come with it are actually somewhat useful. A kit bash is when you take parts from different kits to create a kit. So, I've only been, like, Dracon on our server, he kit bashes with everything, even stuff from other games, and I actually would do that too. I have some Age of Sigmar pieces. So basically, it's like, what's a good example? I have them sitting around here. This guy is one of them. So, this dude is a sword brother. Stellan, technically, it doesn't really matter. But he gets a special strong sword in the game. It doesn't... You don't normally model him with one, but this sword came from the Black Templars upgrade sprue, and it doesn't really... Used to do something in an older generation of the game. Now it just looks cool. So I gave him this humongous sword, and then I gave him an ambiguous pistol. And there's another unit in the game that also has that same exact loadout, and they look somewhat similar, so I could play it as either, essentially, as long as I don't switch it while playing the game, if that makes sense. Oh, Grey Knights? Hell yeah, dude. Grey Knights are sick. But no, if you get a combat patrol, you'll have pieces left over. I did that with the Black Templars, but I had the army box, and I had a bunch of pieces left over. And so what I did was, like, here's a guy. This kit bash doesn't actually change his abilities. He's not masquerading as a different unit. You can make... Like, this guy is a sword brother, but he could be played as a judiciary, called. Because he has the exact same loadout and the right armor profile and everything. He looks enough like the thing that he would be proxying that he could serve as that. If that makes sense. He's built out of a sword brother kit, but because he has the same loadout and a similar profile as a judiciary unit, I could run it as that instead. So I tried to make him look like that on purpose so that I could try out that unit. This guy normally doesn't have this gigantic flag on top of him. That came from another set that I had. But some of these armor suits will have like a little notch out of them where you can set things in them. So I decided that Hammer guy should have a big old cape, extra piece of cloth on his arm, and then a gigantic flag on him, covered in cloth. I want him to look like a hammer pack, so... Yeah, there's like you can either make units like you're like, oh, I need a lieutenant or I need another, I don't know. Like I'm gonna be turning an intercessor. This is an intercessor model. I'm gonna be using the back pieces of it, and then the front of a sword brother that like I have left over. With a couple extra brother torsos, like the like on it, like this cool tabards and stuff this guy has. Right. Basically, I'm going to be taking the front of one of these guys and putting it on the back of one of these guys, and putting a cape on it to turn it into an extra sword brother. And I think that I'm going to be able to kit bash enough sword brothers that I don't have to buy another set of them. I'll have enough to play an entire set of 10 without having... I only bought 5. So being able to generate more of them is going to save me $50 if that's how much a set of them costs. It's insane. I mean, if you price it out, it's $5 a sword, brother. They are pretty cool. It's not the worst, I guess. But, but it's nice that you can use the extra pieces to kind of gain a little bit of value, so. But I kind of want to have, like, a nice pool of units for the Black Templar, so I can be like, if I want to play a 1,000-point game, I can choose kind of what kind of loadout I want to go with. Like, do I want to go with a bunch of shooty guys and impulsors using firing deck to shoot at people and be annoying, or do I want to, like, get a bunch of Primaris Crusader squads in there and just overwhelm the field with 1,000,000 sword boys, or half and half it, or bring in some dreadnoughts to do other stuff? I don't know. I just want it to be kind of like have like a nice range of options to where I can kind of do what I want. Like, a lot of people I know, they, especially the people I've met through already playing at the shop and stuff, they have quite the large collections of armies and stuff. They've been playing much longer than me, and I'm still trying to get, like, you know, experience in the game. So I figured focusing on one army that I really like, getting good with it, making a really flexible set of units to choose from, and then when I go deploy to fight people, I can just kind of be like, well, I'm playing this today, and just kind of do whatever I feel like. I feel like that will be a way to make it fun. And I was gonna get into magnetizing units, and I do have enough extra parts that I might do that, and that's where you like put magnets in the arm sockets and crap so that you can like pull the arms on and off and change their builds and things. But for now, I've just been like, nah, I'll just build a bunch of Space Marines and switch them out, which is not the healthiest way to go for my wallet necessarily, but eventually I'll try to magnetize some units. I'm going to probably magnetize the Impulsor, because there's stuff on a shield dome. You can trade it out for like a missile launcher. And this is actually, I didn't attach it, but there's enough friction in here that will hold it. So I don't really need to magnetize it. I don't know, it'll stay on. I might magnetize it just so that I can try to magnetize something, if that makes sense, because I get to do it. So it'll be like a way to get experience doing it on something that even if I screw it up, it'll still work. Essentially. That's kind of why I was attracted to Warhammer as a hobby. Is two things. It was like chess but badass, and secondly, the building aspect of it, I felt would, like, I don't know, let me be creative and also keep my skills up. It sounds like a badass plan, Chrono. Plus, Grey Knights are sick, dude. Like I said, I just watched a play on tabletop battle report of Grey Knights versus Death Guard, and the Grey Knights actually lost, but it was extraordinarily close. Not like a battle. But even though they lost, I was just watching it, I was like, I want to play that army just because it looks fun to teleport around and do whatever you're... Just like, here I am. And then at the end of the turn, just kidding. If you wanted to shoot me, you're not going to get to, because I'm going to disappear and then reappear behind you and shoot the shit out of you. And it just looks really fun. Also, a lot of the psychic units did a lot of damage with their, like, psychic lightning attacks and shit. Alright. I got ADD'd out of my mind. Where's my proxy, man? Time to get your new actual pistol. Call it a day for you. Ammo can. Or find different holster for... Still got a few units to go. This is a Sword Brother extra pieces I'm talking about. Basically, I have a chest piece, but no back legs, so I'm going to be using extra Death Watch pieces. Because they're basically just Space Marine. paint job, kind of. Some of their armor might be a little different, but it's not so different that it's gonna be. And I think that I can probably find a good sprue of 1,000,000 holsters. Not it. What shit? Oh wait, is that it over? No, that's an Age of Sigmar. Nothing personal, kid. Yeah, exactly, Hero. That's what's cool about the Grey Knights, dude. I mean, I don't know much about them lore-wise, besides that they're psychic knights, which is pretty badass. And they look awesome. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Black Templars, obviously, but the Grey Knights, if I wasn't playing Black Templars, they would be probably next on my list or close to it, because I like tricky shit where you get to kind of like, the fact that they get to teleport in and out of battle. It's like, I'll give you a Magic reference, Hero. Like playing Astral Slide, you get to just, that's gone and this is back. And I'm over here now. You get to play as the Coon. You get to be over here now. I know I had a sprue that was just pure holsters for intercessors. It was all like ammo belts and shit. I don't know where it is though. Whatever. I'll just find it later. It's not urgent that he has it on him. I just need to remember that he needs one, so I'll just place this one with him as a reminder. I really want to get into building these next 2 initiates, and then I have 4 scouts. So initiates are like full armored Space Marine. Scout is gonna be like these skinny boys. Oh wait, not a skinny boy. Grab the guy next to him. I mean, the fact that they have chain swords makes me happy. Chain swords are sweet. They get a lot of attacks. They're not amazing attacks, but they're a lot. And I'm thinking about, there's a Black Templar's attachment rule that makes it so whenever you critical hit, it automatically wounds your target, so you don't have to do a wounding roll. And for spammy chain swords, I think that sounds nice, because every 16% of those spammy attacks will automatically go into being wounds and you won't have to roll. So even if the thing has like high toughness, you can still potentially chainsaw it apart, which I don't know. I haven't played enough battles to be good at this game at all, but I like theorizing. So pretty sure next variant 4, so is the chapter master of the Grey Knights a perpetual? That's pretty cool. Didn't know that. That's another thing I like about getting into Warhammer is I don't have to learn all the lore about the armies. I can just ask people about their army. Tell me about your army. And that's how I've been learning lore. Just be like, tell me the lore of it. Why are they like this? Hey, Dracon, how's it going, dude? using this one either. I think I just found it. Okay, here we go. You're gonna deep tomorrow for your outsourcing streams? That's okay. I was like, I don't 100% understand, but I was like, maybe he's just more hip than me. I just don't get it because I'm a square. Oh, nice, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool. I want to see some of your techniques in action too. I used the dry brushing of metal. I didn't use it with silver, but I did use it with the bronze on those Chaos Knights for Age of Sigmar. When I was doing the small details, instead of trying to paint them fully, what I did was just dry brush the high spots, and it worked really well. Like, it felt too easy to get. I'm like, that looks great, and it was easy as hell. That's not. I'm not used to that, so. No, I want to employ it more. Especially, I have this impulsor here. I'm not painting him tonight, but I want to try out some dry brush with that. He beat Mortarian's ass, and for round 2 he got trapped in the warp and then started beating up everything in the warp. We'll just beat up everything here, I don't care. What I was made for. Right. What leg part? I should have these memorized. You know, I built so many of these. Yeah, on dry brushing again, I really do want to some more experience with it, because I know that you can do like stippling and stuff too, and I was looking at some of the painted terrain that was at the GW shop, and of course it's done like extraordinarily well. But I'm not thinking I'm gonna get the same quality, but maybe. But the stippling and the dry brushing on the terrain pieces, insane. I was like, everything I paint looks too clean. Looks like the Grimdark universe, and also like I'm in charge of it because it's clean. Like, it's not supposed. Even when you are meticulous, it shouldn't be clean. Probably. I'm too scared to try. I know. I need to do it though. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can do it on something else. Oh, yes, definitely have tried washes. I haven't used Nuln Oil yet, but I did pick some up because I figured it would come in handy. I was going to use it on the Slaves to Darkness capes. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it on the Black Templars necessarily. Probably on the weaponry some of the metallic weaponry. I was using Agrak's Earthshade on the flamethrowers because it makes it look like they're anodized. Basically that bronzing, color changey effect that happens. You probably know that, but I don't know. Sometimes people don't know what I'm talking about. But I was thinking for things that aren't having fire getting shot out of them, Nolan oil would probably be a better washed color for me. And I think it'd be cool to differentiate it like that. The real question is do I paint the plasma on the Hellblasters? Do I paint the plasma on the Hellblasters like plasma color, or do I use my own color scheme for it? I saw a really cool, like, red plasma that I liked, so I'm considering it. Oh, I want to see that. The Melta with a purple gradient. Is that, like, kind of like, because it's so hot that, because that's, yeah, I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about anodizing. Just get that color change from the heat. And a Melta would definitely be something I would imagine to have that effect on it. Okay. Using the magnifying glass to see any. Oh, there. Yeah. I love that, dude. That's insane. That's, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. Legs is... Oh. Not this one. I used to remove mold lines before assembling things, but I stopped doing that. Because half the time I could just cover up the stupid mold lines with the pieces I was putting on. That started saving me. I don't care if you say try math. The clan rules are less... I mean, I pretty much keep the stream, like, politics free and, like, that kind of stuff kind of still, but as far as, like, saying things, there's no real... You can pretty much say what you want. I just mostly moderate to keep people from fighting about dumb shit that we shouldn't be thinking about when we're chilling. But beyond that, feel free. But I mean, if it comes, excuse me, it comes up like naturally, just like it's like basically like kind of like the server, I guess. I don't care that much, so. Oh yeah. Try meth and you'll get through all your modeling. It might not look correct, but stuff. I swear I use these small files more than anything. I feel like I should make like a small, like, I bought these idiotic things I don't need video. And then just be like, all you need is 3 files. Glue. Some snippers. Literally it. And a hobby knife. Files, yeah, I'm like, I should have... I don't even want to show you the stupid, dumb I have. All I can say is that files are the way to go. Oh, I actually considered spending a chunk of money on some nice clippers. I'll show you the stupid thing I'm talking about. I don't even know how much I spent on this thing. It was too much. This is the Citadel Old Line Remover Professional Edition with the full hand grip. And don't get me wrong, this thing will... But so will this file. This file will do it better and faster. And it can reach... Because it has a tinier tip at the end than this thing now. This thing is cool, or whatever, and it kind of works. But it's completely outclassed by this file that you can also use for many things. And I think this was like $20 or something, so I'm like, it might even be more. Given that it has this nice handle, I probably paid like $50. Probably not that much, but... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with Games Workshop prices, but... And the dumb thing is I have this mold line remover already, but I wanted the one with the big handle because I have gorilla hands, and I was like, I don't know, I want something bigger than this, even though this is completely sufficient. Didn't hurt my hands to use it. They're useful for some things, but it's like, file just does it. A hand drill, I actually do have the hand drill, but I actually use it, so I don't feel that bad about it. It might be worth it for the hand grip chrono. I'm gonna be in the apocalypse, and like, zombies gonna break into the house or something, and I'm gonna like reach out and grab my Citadel mold line remover, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, the handle, it's perfect, I can land the killing critical hit. Well, it really was worth the $1 gajillion I spent on that. I'm just glad I never bought any brushes from Citadel. Not that they're not nice. The brushes are nice. But I, like, went to, like, just this random art shop in town, and they had, like, a for sale bin, and there was a bunch of just, like, random brush packs and crap in there, and I just, like, took all the brushes and was like, yep. Here we go. I'm gonna beat the shit out of all of you. Hope you're ready to paint 100,000 Black Templars. And funny thing is I don't really have to take care of them. They're pretty much, I just don't care about them for the most part. That sounds horrible. They're gonna get revenge on me. But white tipped Citadel, is that the snippers you have? Because I have considered getting super nice snippers. I actually do have, these are Citadels. They're not super nice, but they're good. I also have Gunpla snippers. models, and I use these both. If I am pulling something out of a sprue and the clearance is really tight, I use these ones, and if I don't give a shit or matter, it's these chunky. Well, the funny thing about a dry brush chrono is that any brush can be a dry brush, so I would just suggest using your oldest, shittiest brush. Oh, the brush is the white-tipped one. Bought my good snips for Gunpla, actually. I never have done Gunpla, but one of my good friends suggested to me to get the Gunpla starter kit when I got into Warhammer, and it came with a few files and a hobby knife and the Gunpla snippers, and it also came with some of those nail files. So basically, they're like nail files. They're like foam, but they have like slight amount of abrasiveness on them. This came with the Gunpla kit too. These two files are Citadel files. This is a Gunpla file. It's like really rough by comparison. So there's like 3 grades of file I have: really rough, medium rough, and then just super light, touching up things that I really care about. I don't use it that much though. It really depends on. I mean, if something goes wrong on a model and I'm trying to fix something I fucked up, then I probably will. But I mean, or chrono, like, you just steal your mom's makeup brush, wash it out. That's a dry brush. I'm not kidding. If you can find like on sale like makeup brushes, those make fine, like the ones that are like poofy at the end. I'm pretty sure you can use those for dry brushing. I might be crazy. Maybe Dracon's more experienced than me, so let him fact check me there. But the cool thing about this hobby is that if you're creative, you can get away with saving a lot. By being efficient and being like, for instance, like I have a wet palette, but I made it myself. Bought a bunch of cheap Tupperwares and then some sponges, and I put the sponges on the bottom of the Tupperware container and put some parchment over it, and it's my wet palette. It's not as nice as like one you might purchase or whatever for like $15, but they spent way less than $15 on it. So that I could spend all my money on these models. Oh, I said that if you steal your mom's makeup brush, wash it out, you can use that as a dry brush. But I also said you could look for like on sale cosmetic brushes, like for applying makeup, and use those as dry brushes, like the poopy tipped ones. You just wash them off, basically. Make sure there's no weird stuff in them. My dry brushes that I have are basically those. They're just like they look like makeup brush. That's what I thought. I'm excited to get all these guys painted up, though. I've been working on building a carrying case, too. I need to order some, gonna get some of those magnetic rubber sheets. I did use some of my wife's brushes for a bit. Yeah, I was like, Chrono, don't worry, just go steal your mom's makeup brush. She's got 1,000,000, just take one. Like, Mom, you don't need this, I need it. The Grey Knights need this, Mom. You don't understand. Teleport behind your mom, take her makeup brush. It's for the Imperium. Alright, this guy. That's right, he's the walking with the slightly turned body guy. Yeah, Mom, you never get me. You don't understand, it's for the Emperor. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dracon. But yeah, the thing is the Emperor of Mankind could be reaching into the past and telling you to build horror models so that you'll get experience commanding battles so you can be a famous war hero later. It's all part of the plan. It's for the Emperor. I actually thought you did before Dracon, but I don't know. Definitely going with this kill that guy arm. Kill that guy! That one! Specifically. Gotta read my build rules really quick, though, to make sure I build these guys right. Pretty sure I'm just getting bolt pistols and chain swords. Heavy bolt pistol and a chain. Right. Right, heavy pistol. Where's that? Here we go. Here's a nice empty holster with an attached to it. From that other model that I ripped it off of. It'll fit perfectly. Look at that. I may have done a little bit of too much of whatever I wanted with this squad Dracon. I accidentally misbuilt one of my initiates, so there's an extra flamethrower on the team that's not supposed to be there. I'm sure nobody will act. Well, the reason that happened, too, was because I was too carried away. So I was like, I want to have two... I never build things right. I build them somewhat right. I try to make them ambiguous, if that may... You saw what I said in the server earlier. I try to make them so it's like, I can argue it either way. I'm like, yeah, it could be this. Could be that. At the end of the day, like, if you're playing against somebody who's that crazy about it, you probably shouldn't play with them anyways. I can understand, even in tournaments, as long as you're being clear and the opponent knows what's up, I don't think you should. Looks a little weird. Maybe I will go with it. Just has like a weird... Oh, found the sprue with all the extra holsters that I couldn't find. Those will definitely fit. I mean, if people are making good parts, you can tell what it is. That's really all that matters, right? Like for me, if as long as I can tell the difference between things without having to think too hard, I don't really care. I don't even see... Like this is gonna have to be... I don't see another armor piece on there. Or if I can separate this holster without damaging this stuff too much. I'm just messing things up at this point. All right. I can file that out. We'll probably get a Warhammer channel in Discord. We need to get some people playing on Tabletop Simulator. That would be cool to do. I keep forgetting to investigate how to do it. I keep telling myself, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm like, I get busy with stuff. Alright, now I might actually have to employ the... because I did screw this. Surface it a little bit. Kind of a nightmare, but I've been looking into it. I need a battle report, Dracon. But we'll probably have to make a Warhammer section. I mean, we talk about it often enough. It's one of our more active other game zones, I think. I might be biased, because I actually hang out there, but... Alright. Stick this on. Lovely. Wait a minute. No. I can do it, this guy. I figured it out. I'm gonna give him 6 sword arms, so I get 15,000 attacks. There's what I set this guy up last night. I had a plan. I had to force myself to go to bed because I was staying up way too late. I was going to be up. It would have been crazy. It is true. Wait, the Grey Knight faction cards are $40, Chrono? I swear, the Black Templars ones are, like, cheaper than that. Although, you might be able to find a downloadable copy of them. I'm actually going to make my own reference card at some point that has the Universal Stratagems and the Black Templar Stratagems on one page. So that I can just have it and then look at it and be like, okay. Or I will create like a deck of cards, and then the cards will have the stratagems on them, and I'll just hold them in my hand just so I can read while my doing something. I'm trying to come up with a system to make my life insane when it comes to remembering things. And one shooting man pistol arm, please. Oh yeah. It's like, I think I have the pizzas I need to complete, man. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea, Dragon. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you need to teach us the wisdom of screwing over GW's buy every $40 pack of cards for your faction. Actually have a 9th edition pack of cards for Black Templars because it came with the army box that I got. But it's outdated, so it isn't basically meaningless, but it is cool. I've actually been thinking about using clear sleeves and then having the Black Templar backs on the cards and then the front be inserts that I put in over the card. Good God, why are there 62 pages? That's just the combat phase, Chrono. Alright, it's time for ads for this gentleman in a helmet. Sword Bro helmet. This is more. Don't forget, after they fail the rolls to against the wounds, then they got to roll that feel no pain Drake on. I gotta roll again. Just to make sure. Please make 46 feel no pain rolls. I actually picked up a core rules book myself, Chrono, so I can understand the game better, and it did help. But I'm not joking when I say 80% of that book isn't the rules of the game, kind of. A lot of it's like talking about actions and stuff, and talks about the hobby and painting, and it has a bunch of different, like, comprehensive, all about Warhammer. Like, there's like one section at the back that's all the rules, fighting it out. I wish that I could just get those rules as like a tiny book. You know what I mean? That I could just have as a small reference I could carry with me. I like reading the big book, and it's cool to have. But from here on out, I would only ever... I don't need the 80% of the book that tells me about all the factions in the hobby the next edition that comes out. You know what I mean? That's how I've been learning, Drake, on. Has just been playing with people. Like, look, I don't understand everything. I've watched a few battle reports. Let's just go through it, and then I've just been asking questions. I'm like, what does this do? What does lethal hits mean? What does this mean? Like, I have no idea what this means. Tell me what it means. Learning from my opponents and people around in the shops is... He's my rules lawyer. Well, the other thing about the book too is that it's errata. Like, there's stuff in the book that's been changed by now, obviously, and so the rules are there. And if you read them as, if you can play them as written, but there's like funny things that'll happen that aren't supposed to, potentially, because there's holes in the rules. One example of a hole in the rules that it got errata, but if you just had the basic rule book, you know, the is if you use a vehicle with like firing deck and they have like hazardous weapons, so like hell blasters instead of pulsar, for instance, all those hazardous rolls blow up the tank, spit out the guys on the ground. They could shoot. Yeah, because they now existed and didn't have any reason why they couldn't shoot. Now, firing deck has been errata so that the models you select to fire from the deck of the vehicle can't fire their weapons if we're in that battle round. 40k in 40 minutes is fun. I watched that a lot, Chrono. You should. I don't know if you watched the Grey Knight one recently. Even though the Grey Knights lost, I was still. They looked good and they looked fun to play. And to me, if I see something losing and I'm like, I want to play that, you know it's got to be fun. I don't know. That's like, to me, it was a good sign. I'm like, even if you're losing, you can teleport around and be a jackass, and that's always fun. Yeah, I don't know much. What is up with Mortal Wounds now, Dracon? Can you? So I know what Lethal Hits is, and I know what Devastating Wounds. I think Mortal Wounds are. I don't know. Mortal Wounds are just like. I'm actually confused right now, even though I feel like I just read it. All right. Pads on. What did I put on the other gentleman? That's right. That guy, I made him to look like he was a sword brother in training. He had upgraded arm pads, not completely, but they're just kind of more special looking. And then he also has the thing on top of the backpack. Not a sword, bro, but he aspires to. Wait, so now if you get a mortal wound, it counts as a devastating wound? So you can't save against it? That's confusing, to say the least. Looking good, my initiate. Now we just need a backpack for you. Yeah, honestly, that's the way the wounds work in Sigmar. Dracon is they spill over to the rest of the unit. There's 40. I was having to get used to that because I actually played more Age of Sigmar so far than I have a 40k. Because I've been playing Spearhead and Warcry. It's not exactly the same, but it's basically like the Kill Team version. But the rules are kind of similar as far as combat goes. And yeah, in Sigmar, if you hit a unit, the damage just keeps piling up onto the next model, basically. So you deal 4 damage to a unit, and the models have 2 health. If that was 1 attack, it would kill 1 model in 40k, but if it was 1 attack in Sigmar, it would kill 2 models. $40k feels much more complex than Sigmar does. But I don't mind that. I like that. I like having depth in a game. But I feel like there were, like, Sigmar, they've tried to, like, attempt to simplify things, maybe. Still complex parts. Oh, I think my music. Is that what you purchased today, Dracon? I would have been the same way. I would have been the same way. I like building stuff. It's fun. I like painting stuff too, but I feel like when you have a ton of stuff to paint, it feels almost overwhelming, kind of. Especially if you want to like make them look kind of nice and not speed through them. I probably care too much about what my regular jack-off soldiers look like, but alright. I always like to get rid of the mold lines and the little nubby backpacks before I put them on. Camera. No such thing as caring too much. Thanks for saying it. I feel like a big part of the game is making your army cool. So, at least for me, I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm attracted to the strategic battle part of it too. I wouldn't care about it if that element wasn't there. I wouldn't just be making models to make cool models. I want to take them out and battle with them. But I also want them to be badass. Alright, this guy just needs a base. And some extra details. I always wait till the very end to put things like ribbons and crap on these guys. Unless it's part of the regular build. I think that looks right. Always spend too much time trying to find out where I'm going to place them on the base. I try to make it so they don't overhang it too much. Some models make that a little weird. Right, we have one more initiate and then scouts. That's the Warframe mindset right there, Draco. Strategy is cool, but counterpoint, does it matter if you're a good strategist if you look like shit? Just saying. Even if you win, people won't like you. I'm putting pretty much on all these guys the Maltese cross shoulder. I have transfers too, so I can use some of the like domes. I like the bits with the dynamic. Lesser sprue. Oh, maybe I don't have another initiate. Oh, I think I was supposed to build one of them as not a sword brother. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Basically, this is one of those sets that if you buy 2 boxes, you can play them all as one platoon. They still only get 1 sword brother. Well, good thing I have plans on how to round out this team. Looks like I needed this extra initiate after all. My first model actually gets... Wait, no, I have a base. Need somebody to ride on this. Oh no. I think I'm going crazy. Tell me that there's body parts in here. Oh, I would have an extra base because the Sword Brother went on the 40 move. That's weird, but I mean, that also means I have extra base, which is kind of cool. Double check this route to make sure I'm not insane. Oh no, I am insane. I found him. Here he is. God damn. Gonna get punished. No. Oh, I am curious. Good turn this guy into a Sword Brother. Not going to turn him into a Sword Brother because I have plans to get that Death Company, Death Watch. I want to see if my plan to fit. I already have one. My bits box. Sword Brother chest. Yep, I do. Oh. Ah, okay, okay. It will work. Perfect. As long as the... Well, this is... Initiate. I wonder if the intercessors that come in the Death Watch will be able to merge with this. We hope so. Otherwise, we're going to be green stuffing it up. Tempted to convert this guy into one. Just because Sword Bros. This guy has a cool job, so I keep him. His job is to point at the enemy. going. Pop. Oops. This little notch on, a little bit too much material. Whoa. my soul. Yep. Swap. Some of these more. Oh. Damn. Lap off. Ooh, there's only one. Take me too long to find. Gotta love the Where's Waldo skills that you.
Ah. At it in the perfect spot.
I like this pose. Shoot that asshole.
Okay. Now. Backpack with a top. Like I've got. Just cut a slot out of the top.
Oh, I thought I had one. Oh, I do have one. But maybe I should save it. Let's see. Oh, it's also time to pick some shoulder pads for this dude. I kind of want this guy to be a little special. Sword. Telling people what to do. Have a good night, Dracon. Yeah, that's what I felt. I was like, why not? I'm already doing it anyways. I might as well. We'll find some more. Yeah, I was thinking so too, Dracon. Why not? 40k and I mean, I might try to do a painting, although I don't know if it'll show up very well on this camera, to be honest, the painting part. I figured this would be easy enough. But when you mentioned that, I was like, you know, I was gonna do building on stream, but painting is I mean, why not, right? I can't wait to see your Melta, dude. Okay, I know which pads I'm using. Make this guy a little bit special. The cool thing about the Black Templars is their heraldry is like they don't really stop their guys from decorating their battle suits and taking trophies and stuff. Some customization is expected. Not as much as the orcs, perhaps, but... That's not what I... Hopefully it doesn't matter. So now... Some... extra glue. I decided to just dump it all on. That chainsword has a hub on it. check out what other helmets we got here. There's a few on this one. Bad. I want this guy to have some. Tempted to give him spiky helmet. Go with his spiky arms and a spiky backpack. I was gonna save this helmet for Sword Brother, but let's check it out. Just a good helmet, damn it. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with this helmet. Save the spiky helmet for a Sword Brother. Or something else that should be spiky, like maybe an aggressor or something. And I also like that this one has a command symbol of some sort. That he's actually a commander, but he's leading a charge, so...
Kill him.
Right.
I'm forgetting anything.
We'll check just in case.
Extra accessories. I can always. Ready to go.
The last initiate. Ooh. gonna take so long till all these guys are done being painted, but oh man, are they gonna look so cool together on the battlefield. Alright, it's time to build some scouts. I take forever to build things. I think I'm slower when I'm streaming, but I'm also chill, so...
Really matter?
Right. Alright, initiates. Get out of my way. Oh, they're so simple, I love it.
Yeah, I gotta double check my data sheet.
Sheet here. Make sure I can actually play them with all chainswords if I can. Although I was considering making a couple of them with shotguns just because shotguns are badass. They're not... not optimal, but it's badass. Get the tab, bro. Horrible move. Right.
That's it. Gotta get.
So
I feel like the tab bar is not.
Let's let him read. Same one again. The chompy ones. Oh my. legs, definitely. Yeah. We go. Oops. I got so carried away. I had to put feet on him. I have one extra.
Let's build the other two.
Finally hit the end of the music.
Skip.
The cat's gotten into a habit attacking my warhammer. Yep. He thinks that they're fun. We doing surgery on. What's up, Evil Eagle? How's it going? I think this one's worse than the.
Glad I'm taking the time to get these after I put suck. I'm sure I have a fair few models that have and shit that needs to get cut off. I was in speedrunner mode for assembly this week. Be painting a lot in the next. I was trying to start this stream up, get it in a way that not too bad. I don't know if I can do much about the bright light. I kind of need the bright light. There's a way I could maybe, and I can try. Right, one more body to go. I am. What's up, FXG? How you doing? I'm working on a Primaris Crusaders
Squad for the Black Templars. On the last 4 models right now, out of I think they're a 10 model or an 11 model squad.
I didn't do them all tonight, though. I've been working my way. I've been trying to get all my models built.
Trying to crush through my... I don't have that much of a wall of shit.
But I'm trying to get all my
Black Templar stuff
crafted, at least what I have now. I mean, I was actually thinking about Legos when I got into this. I'm actually still pretty new to the hobby. I've been doing this for like 4 months or something now. But
I also was thinking about recently, I'm like, what I'm doing is basically Legos, but you have to color them yourself and you have to glue them together because they don't stick together. Oh, like it's like lazy Legos, but it's like not. Sometimes I've been making fun of myself a little bit. I'm like, other people buy their toys and their toys are already painted and ready to go. I buy my toys and I have to assemble them and paint them. Other people get their toys and they're already made. Legos aren't, of course. Legos are pretty cool. I will keep to calling you FX then. Much easier. I don't know why I always included the G. But I was. My computer brain. Oh, that's sick, FX. You should post, if you build it, you should post pictures of it in the server. I want to see that. Hell yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, Legos are sick. In fact, you're making me want to pick up a Lego. I haven't made a Lego kit in a... Like, maybe I should buy a Lego castle and make that into a Warhammer so I can fight with Warhammer models, but inside of a Lego place. That actually might be fun. Oh yeah, I got a free mini of the month from Warhammer store. I guess I could build him to building. Yeah, maybe I'll build him and see if I can't put a shotgun. Might as well. I'm building all the scouts. Hey, if you
I'm like, that kit's probably insane.
If you when you buy a I bought a $300 Lego. It's been a long time, but
there, if you spend that much on a Lego set, usually you're getting a fucking pimping set. It's like insane. So I believe you when you say it was. If anything, you just made me feel less bad about buying all these Space Marines.
But I'll give you a preview, FX. These are supposed to be Red Ribbon Space Marines, so they have our color. I only have one model painted out of this model. Still gotta do the bait. Hey, thanks. I thought so too. I like our color scheme in the clan a lot, so I was like, I'm gonna paint my Warhammer army in the Red Ribbon colors. And the Space Marine chapter I chose doesn't have the exact same color scheme, but close enough. It's like white, black, and red with a little bit of metallics, and I chose to go basically black, red, and gold. And I might throw a little bit of white in every once in a while, but the black, red, and gold is... I'm liking it a lot. Everything.
Oh yeah, I was considering it's any of them. I like the idea of having a any of the month Warhammer model
In the army. Like a small...
unique way to sneak a guy in with an alternate build. Yeah, when you use Legos, you don't have to cut the Legos out of a sprue and then cut the Legos with a hobby knife to make sure that there's no weird marks on them. You're making me miss Legos right now. I sliced my finger open. Oh, you got a better mic now, huh? Oh, I would take you up on that FX, but
I'm actually gonna call the stream probably within like the next half hour or so. I'm gonna try to get these scouts done, and then I'm probably gonna be done because I gotta
sleep. But I would be down to do that on a different time. I'm just myself getting a bit tired, and I'm gonna be ready to wind. So. But I'm glad to hear that you got a good mic, and I would be happy to see again the next stream, or which I mean, I decided I would stream while I'm hobbying, working on the minis, because why not? Well, also we're aiming to do a clan stream on Saturday again too. I mean, that's fair. Well, it might not be 30 minutes. Like I said, it'll be after I get these guys assembled, and I'm almost done getting their bodies put together here. It could be longer, but I doubt it. Or shorter, I mean. I'm tired, if you can't tell. I'm a little brain fried, so. Old. What are you working on in Warframe, though, FX? I know you were joining the new clan. I think tomorrow a lot of the research is going to be able to get pushed for the final stage. It's close to it. Maybe close enough to expand. If we decide too early. Oh, nice, nice. That's cool that your employer pays for you to have a little place though while you're working. That's awesome. Trying to find a light setting where I can still see well. Skewer the camera. Gonna have to get a better camera and a better setup at some point myself. Oh yeah, I need to farm them too. I'll probably, I don't know what we're gonna do Saturday.
Together?
Oh, you got a Hydroid Prime 2 days ago? Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Hydroid Prime is sick. Well, I mean, regular Hydroid's good too, but Hydroid Prime...
Nice frame to have.
Oh.
Try to, anyways. I also am not a huge fan of Korra myself, so I definitely understand that. You actually get to not sit in a bubble. I use Necros myself, but I have Necros Prime. Although regular Necros is fine. Everybody should get him. But yeah, Hydroid Prime is fine too. And stylish and fun. Alright, time to grab some weapon profiles for these. Yeah, this guy over here. Let's build the model of the month. This is a rare item. Obtained from a Games Workshop store. A time period where it's available and also free. Well, obviously they don't sell these promotional, but yeah, the style really is, it's important. Plus, Hydroid Prime's style is just damn good, so... And his abilities after his rework, I mean, Pablo has the magic touch. Every Warframe that he reworks becomes gold. That bolt rifle's cool, but I want Black Templar shotgun. Oh yeah, if you already subsumed regular Necros, I wouldn't. There. I completely get that. Makes perfect sense. If you hadn't yet, it is worth getting for the subsume. And if you make liches with Necros, he gives toxic status, which can, if that's what you're looking for. He's an easy into that, which is nice. It's a niche thing, but it's a nice thing. This arm's connected. Yeah, Necros' Terrify is very good for exterminating. I'm guessing you're using it for the armor strips so that you can just instantly murder things. I do that with Zaku. I put Terrify on Zaku and screaming armor off of people and then blowing them up. This model of the month actually doesn't have all the bad mold lines that the ones that I purchased had. Ah, funny. Get what you pay for, I guess. That's true, although electricity is probably the coolest elemental damage. Besides maybe gas. But only because gas is hilarious. Electricity is definitely the coolest. I mean, cold is technically the coolest if you want it. God, how do these legs work? Why would you do this to me? Oh, I see. I'm pretty sure you can make a discharge. I mean, a discharge build with Terrify seems like it would work. Seal Path. I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't, honestly. Oh, that's cool. I think his pistol goes on his leg? Oh, crazy. Nice, okay. Dub off. Oh, I see, I see. So, okay. Okay. Do you have an arcane energize? That's the first question I'll ask. I wasn't sure about the shotgun until I looked at it on him, and it looked badass, and now I have to have it as a shotgun. Okay, let's check the chainsword option. Look at one other option. Shotgun it is. Be a pretty cool special edition mini, and it has a special shotgun that they don't have, so be kind of cool looking, I think. Yeah, exactly. Shotgun is a must, exactly. I honestly kind of want to put more. I have some more than one shotgun, but really wanted to make a platoon of chainsword guys. The guys with the shotgun don't get chainswords, sadly. It's sad because shotguns and chainswords are both really badass, so it's like the regular weapon is a carbine, and when I have to choose between a carbine and a chainsword, it's very easy to just say, yeah, chainsword, duh. But when the option is shotgun, sword, harder. Blue is a little wet on, so I can kind of mold the go on both sides. Line the main arm, push the second arm. There we go. Shotgun. That's how I would feel too, FX. But the shotgun is so gigantorous that, I mean, it's a pretty humongous shotgun. Which is why I wanted to have it. And this one's primed, but this is what they normally look like. Chain sword, and then they have a pistol. This is how I'm gonna play most of it. I made this guy a shotgun guy. I also didn't have anything to do with his. If I put a chainsword in his other hand, I'd have to give him some sort of special arm, and I couldn't find one. I was like, that's the thing is, I can't figure out what to do with your arms, buddy. Okay, his head was around here somewhere. Okay, there it is. There, now it looks like he's facing whatever he's shooting. Kind of hard to see with the... Need to get a little bit better of a lighting setup in here. The last thing is the shoulder pads. Now, the Mini of the Month came with its own basic shoulder pads, but I can't abide that. I have to give it special Black Templar pads. Oh yeah, we need to... He's like a special boy. Plus, at some point I'll probably have a set of scouts that have chainswords and a set of scouts that have guns, and I'll swap them if I want to play shooty list or if I want to play melee. I mean, normally I'm gonna play melee, but there might be times when I decide to go more shooty, so he can be for those times. Or if it only matters in a non-tournament, I can just say pretend he has a chainsword anyways, because that's how I'm gonna play him. Okay. Might be too big. I think they are. Check his ring. Well, I might have to use his regular shoulder pads and then you put a decal on them. It's not the worst thing ever. Thing is, I can save his gun and give it to somebody else. Yeah, these are a bit smaller. Okay. I'm gonna check the sprue one more time to make sure. I'll also look in my bits box here. I don't really have any tiny shoulder pads. Lots of angry heads. No, he is only a scout. Still earning his colors. Yes, we can play with his regular arms. Oh. I do have Black Templar one. There are 4 of the guys I already have. Well, it's the there's actually way too much lore. I don't know a lot of it either, FX. It's the way I like the Black Templar Space Marine army a lot, so I've learned about it a little bit. They're basically just like really angry guys who murder everything. And that's like all Space Marines, but they take it to an extreme. But I usually just ask people about their armies, like when I play them. That's how I usually learn about the lore. So I kind of treat that as part of the Warhammer hobby. I go and interact with people. And of course, you can always read books. It's kind of fun to talk to someone. Tell me about your army. They'll like fill you in. There's a lot of good videos, though. If you ever need to like have something on in the background, there's like a ton. Where is it? Oh, it is. We'll assemble that, put it in the bits box for some other fight to use. I mean, I can't say that I am an ultra geek. I am kind of when it comes to Black Templars, but even then, I feel not qualified because, like I said, I'm for. But the Black Templars, they technically have a lot of stuff to be. But essentially, there was a galactic civil war hammer, and leaders of the Black Templar like ended up chasing the troops, chasing them, and chasing them until they escaped through like thing. Before they did, their leader defeated the Black Templar's leader. Not the there's a lot, but him was a pretty big rage-inducing event. That was before they were established, and then after the Civil War, made into a Space Marine chapters had to be down to smaller chapters. Well, they were too stubborn, and it was risking a second galactic civil war. So the leader of the upper leader of the Black Templars, there was one above the guy that died, basically sent them into a war zone that was a trap and basically meat grinded the Legion down to the size that it needed to be. Anyways. But it was kind of like an inevitable thing because they weren't going to agree to reduce their numbers. So there's a lot of messed up stuff that happens in a Warhammer. Okay, I gotta finish. Okay, let me check build in my app really quick just to make sure that in a way that's not. Basically, you have different war or weapon loadouts. You can different groups of your guys, but there's like rules about what you. I can play them all. I can also play them all to shotgun. I'm just gonna have to get enough to play whatever I want, because I'm sure I'll want to do a shooty version at some point. Chain swords are more important to me, though. I like chainsawing. Oh, it is pretty interesting. When I got into it, I decided to read first three. They're called Horus Heresy books, but the Horus Heresy was basically the Galactic Civil War that is like a huge hammer. Okay, there's a lot of lore, but that's like what set the galaxy state that it's in. Playing the game and stuff, so I focused off of that. It's pretty cool though. And there's a lot of really cool fan animations, or there's ones made by Games Workshop, but there's also a ton of fan animations that are just awesome. Really awesome. Apparently I can use sweet sword sprue where sword is slung over the shoulder and he's carrying his helmet. This would have been cool. It wouldn't have worked on him though. He was not designed for that. Designed for gun pretty much. Yeah, this guy's looking. I will give him Templar pads. Just make one of my other guys have to be a baby. Like that idea. Whole thing about the Black Templars and the 40k lore is that their leader, before he was killed, was like the best swordsman in the galaxy, essentially. Which is kind of cool. More reason for them to be angry. But they're pretty much do whatever they want kind of group. They've served the Emperor of Mankind in the 40k universe, but they are like fanatics and zealots, and they believe that he's a god, and there's all these like laws that the Imperium has, but they use all these loopholes to not have to go deal with them, or sometimes they just straight up don't even follow the rules, don't care. Because in their mind, they serve the Emperor, and the Emperor, they're supposed to be the blade of the Emperor, basically. The Crusaders that murder everything. Dracon in our server actually plays the Custodes, which are like the Praetorian Guard, essentially. And they look insane. When I see them, they remind me of like heavy metal from like the 1980s. Just like the whole vibe. Alright, that guy is looking cool. Oh, hell yeah, I'll check it out. Crystals. Others. I love the Where's Waldo. Crystals. there. So it's all. Oop. I should be done already. Honestly, called it already. Ugh. I wanted to finish these guys so bad, though. Alright, I think I'm actually gonna call it for the night, because I gotta get ready for sleep so I can work tomorrow and stuff. I just wanted to be finished with these boys. It was a solid push, though. Alright. Thanks for hanging out, FX. Next time when I'm less zombified, I'll definitely hop in a VT. I don't mind. But for now, I'm gonna call it. I'll see you probably at the end of the week unless something... I'm probably not streaming. Maybe Thursday, maybe Saturday for sure. If I get a chance to during the week before, if I am doing any more modeling. Beyond that, I think I'm gonna call it for now. Call later. Let's put on the sweet, turn off the camera. Sweet black template. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Alright, chat. I'll see you next time.